Who here speaks their mind? Don't be ashamed or don't be shy if you're someone who speaks your mind. It's not a grand trait or an unlikable trait. It's just a thing that you do. But here's the thing about speaking your mind, and this is coming from someone who does it too, unfiltered and all. Words can hurt, whether we want them to or not, whether we intend them to or not, because there is a fine line between speaking your mind and speaking mindfully, and that line is called compassion. Hello and welcome back. I'm Pachia. My channel is all about having a good time, teaching, inspiring, motivating, entertaining. So if you are looking for a good time all the time, then consider subscribing. I stopped reading comments on social media because I cannot see anymore lack of kindness. I do not get why people leave such nasty, mean, disrespectful comments. Like, what is the purpose? What is the reasoning? What is the why? Like, does it make you, not you the viewer as of right now, you as in like a general sense, does it make you feel better about yourself? Is it because your ego is so big that you have to be hurt? Because I do not get why people leave a comment that could hurt someone's feelings. I don't get it. There was a thing on Instagram months ago. A girlfriend wished her boyfriend a happy birthday. Within minutes of her post, people were just rolling in with the nasty, mean, disrespectful comments. Why? Because there is an age gap between the girlfriend and the boyfriend, and people were not happy about that. People found that disgusting. People were like, hold up, why is this man of this age dating this woman of this age? I felt bad for this girl. I felt like she didn't deserve any of that hate, and her boyfriend didn't deserve any of the hate, and I don't understand what age has to do with two adults who are together happily and in love. Like, what is the problem with that? The problem is that words can hurt, and the problem is that the internet has somehow given people the okay to say what it is that they want to say. I get that there is freedom of speech, but when your words hurt other people, is that okay? Like, to me, that's not okay. Intentional or not, knowing or not, it's just not okay, and it's not nice to leave a comment that could potentially hurt someone's feelings. How many of you guys have spoken your mind when you were angry, frustrated, or annoyed? When you are feeling those negative emotions and you're speaking your mind, there is no compassion. And I know that because I've been there. I have said things when I was angry, and once those things are said, they can't be unsaid. I am contemplating whether or not I want to share this story because I look like a real asshole, but let's just keep it real. It was a very human moment. I'm not using that as an excuse. This is the story. It was about I don't want to say 6 years. It was about 4 years ago. I was at a stop in a grocery store parking lot. I talk with my hands. It's just something that I do. Sometimes you see it on camera, sometimes you don't. I was in the car with my husband, and we were just having a conversation. I'm like moving my hands. This pedestrian was walking across my car doing this and said to me that that person had the right to cross. Okay, like, what was that all about? You know, like, other pedestrians were crossing. I was following the law. I was at a stop sign. What was that all about? I was livid because I did not understand why this person was doing this and telling me that they could walk. Like, I know you can walk. I see that. I'm at a stop sign. I'm letting you walk. Anyways, what I did next, so not proud of. But I parked my car and I hunted this person down in the grocery store. And when I found this person, I blew up. There was a lot of cussing and there was a lot of yelling. In that moment, I had zero compassion and zero kindness. I wanted to make it very clear, speaking my mind, that I knew that person had the right to cross. However, just because I wanted to stand my ground doesn't give me the right or any reasoning to have been that disrespectful, that mean. That person didn't deserve half the things I was saying, because it was unnecessary, it was uncalled for, and I could have and I should have done better, because that version of me who just exploded is not someone that I want to be. I don't know if any of what I said actually hurt that person's feelings, but once I had cooled down and I realized how stupid the whole situation was and how dumb and immature I had behaved, I started talking down to myself. The words that I was saying to myself were like, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, you're better than this, like why the hell would you do that? So my words to that person may not have hurt, but the words I was telling myself definitely hurt. I regret my actions, and the lesson that I learned from that regret is, one, don't make a fool of yourself in the grocery store, and two, if it's not gonna matter in the next 5 minutes, then it's not gonna matter at all. But words can hurt, and when it does, it hangs around. My husband, he's a funny guy, but one day he took his very playful joke just a little too far. My husband had made a joke about my cooking in front of my entire family. My brothers and sisters, my nieces and nephews, my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my grandpa may have even been there. And you know, it was one of those jokes that went too far when even the family is kind of like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, they knew it was a wee bit too far, and I remember feeling so embarrassed and like, what the F? You know, like, what the F? I don't remember the beginning of the joke, but I remember the punchline was on the line of, at least my cooking is still keeping him alive. Now, I'm not a bad cook, but I am not a cook like his mom or sister. So when he had moved here, he wasn't used to my style of cooking. We've all heard the phrase, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So when my man made fun of my cooking in front of my entire family, it really did strike a nerve, because I'm over here like, I cook in the kitchen for you and you're gonna make fun of my cooking. Like, that kind of joke is a no joke. No one should ever make fun of the person they love cooking, because it's mean. It's hurtful, and it's like, dude, I cooked you this really nice meal and you're gonna make fun of me? Like, who does that? Like, my husband, he's a funny guy, and he did not foresee that this joke was gonna hurt my feelings. But it did. Even though this happened like 6-7 years ago, it still hangs around, because I have improved in the kitchen, at least I think I have. Still don't cook like his mom or sister, but he does compliment my cooking a lot more, and you best believe when he does, I like to remind him of that time that he made a joke about my cooking, and then I was like to tell him, see, you're still alive, huh? Bottom line, words can hurt, even if you don't intend them to or not. But if you do know that your words just so happen to hurt, the compassionate thing to do is to hold yourself accountable. When I told my husband that my feelings were completely hurt about him making fun of my cooking, he held himself accountable and apologized. And yes, he has never once ever made a joke about my cooking since. Still, when words hurt, it hangs around. When I had yelled at that person in the grocery store, like, again, I don't know if what I said affected that person at all, but it definitely hurted me. So I carry that story around as a reminder to just not be that person again, because I don't want to be someone who yells at a stranger in a grocery store. And the way that we talk to ourselves tremendously matters. I may or may not have a video on this channel about how to talk to yourselves. If I do, great. If I don't, I might want to create one. But anyways, totally off topic. This video is about the fact that words can hurt. And if you are someone who speaks your mind, I'm not judging you. I'm not calling anyone out. I don't think it's a grand trait or an unlikable trait. It's just a thing that you do. For me personally, I would like to start speaking mindfully. I want to start spreading compassion and kindness, because that's just what I want to spread. You know, at the end of the day, we are all human and we're still learning. So that's my end game. You know, there's not more to it. I think what triggered me to make this video was the fact that I'm just so tired of seeing such nasty, mean, disrespectful comments on social media, and I don't understand why. when we can all be just loving, caring, and kind to one another. You know, that's the message that I want to spread, and hopefully by spreading this message it will relate to someone else. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you had a good time and you're like, girl, let's kick it on a weekly basis, then click that subscribe button. I will see you in my next video. So till then, have a wonderful day and relaxing week.